Hello and welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I haven't made a video for a long time because I said that I'm gonna be on a summer break, but now it's almost autumn. And yes, I done a lot of projects, and I'm doing a lot of projects also at the moment. And also, I'm doing some refurbishment, or I'm helping to refurbish my mom's place at the moment, so it's quite time consuming. So this video is gonna be yet again some sort of introductory video just to get back into the making of the videos. I have a new notebook. It looks like this, and it says be the reason someone smiles today. So this is where I'm writing down all the ideas, and I'm kind of working through them, and I'm gonna make a video uh, in these topics. So I wrote down quite a few things, and my plan is to make a video yet again with the mind, because you can really get lost in the section of mind, and how in regards of affirmations, um, even with positive thinking, the meaning of words, why do we need words, and things like that. Not to mention that how we understand words. What I mean by nice might be absolutely different for you. Why is it so important to be impeccable with your words? I'm gonna start with those, but at the moment, just now, I am gonna talk about flow. Uh, so, this is gonna be a story about me yesterday. Yesterday, I supposed to. Let's rewind. So, yesterday, I had a chat with my friend, whom we working together in regards of light language. And we were talking about many things, and one was the body and the need for the body in this physical realm, if you want to say it like that. But that's not the point. So yeah, we were like, yeah, okay, we're gonna draw something, la 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 la, and and then I was like, yeah, I really should be drawing, but then I promised my other friend that I gonna meet her, but I got really sick suddenly. I felt my stomach was churning and everything, so I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, I can't make it, I'm not gonna go. Um, I am really sorry. Regardless, I was thinking, oh, I just gonna make lunch anyway, because this was in my mind that yeah, I gonna make lunch and then I gonna go. So yeah, I started to make lunch, and it was absolutely horrendous. Um, I wanted to make falafel, and I made it many times before, but now the taste was nothing. It didn't want to stick together. And halfway through, and while I was cooking it, I was already thinking I should just give up on it and just, just throw it out. But no, I continued. And so what happened? I spent probably 2-3 hours just to cook nothing, which was actually unedible. Then I had to clean up. And while I was doing all this, all I was thinking that I should be getting on with my project with my friend, and I should be really drawing that. And no, because I put this in my mind that I'm gonna make lunch, so I stuck with it, and this is what happened. So this is actually a really good example when you go against the flow or against your intuition. And now I can laugh about it, and I could laugh about it, but even halfway through I knew already that yeah, I should just like stop it and just chuck it out. Like, there is no point even continue with it. But here we go. I'm making these things also. I'm making these mistakes, if you want to call them mistakes. It's not a mistake or anything as such. I try not to use these words anymore, but it's really hard to write them around. So this is a good example for you, maybe, to look at your life and see when you are going against the flow or your desires. Because to be honest, I could have easily just just do the drawing that I supposed to do, but no, I was doing something completely else, and ended up with nothing. I had no drawing and I had no food. So yeah, I kind of wasted all this time. But I didn't waste it because um, I realized that at that point that I am going to make a video, and I'm gonna start the video with this, that I'm gonna tell you all about this. Um, the other reason I haven't made a video for such long time, and this again came up with my friend when we were talking, that I was thinking, what can I tell you in words which gonna make you wanna do things? We are bombarded with so much information, and sometimes it's repeated, the good ones and the bad ones, and what does it change in a person? What can you achieve with words? Of course, words, they have a frequency, they have an energy. If you choose how much you consume per day, let's say, or what you consume. But many people, they just watch one video after the other, and they actually don't do anything. So I was a bit reluctant, to say the least, to start to talk, because I always make the point that I'm not talking just for the sake of talking about something. I rather not making a video. And so these things were like working inside me, if you know what I mean. And then with my friend, another interesting topic came up, which was our body. Like how we, obviously we born with this body, and how we do so much to kind of get out or experience things outside our body. Let it be connecting to source, or just meditation, or things like this, really. And we don't really appreciate our body, in a sense that we have like 5 senses, and in order to create, we need our body to be able to do something. So again, it comes back to, in this word, to do something. This word has physical forms, set forms around us. We, as spirits, we kind of stuck in this form at the moment, and it doesn't mean that we have to learn. We just have to kind of remember, because we pretty much know everything we would need, yet what we don't know is how to make the most of the physical form. And I come to this realization to be able to form it like in such a way yesterday. Because let us ask yourself, what is spirituality for you, or what does it even mean? What is the meaning behind it, and what is the goal with it? What, enlightenment? Another kind of silly word, I would say, at this moment. And spirituality itself. What is your point of connection? Why do you want to connect? It has to go through just for the sake of feeling better, or validated, or feel loved, or anything like this. It has to have a much far-reaching point, in my word. And then this is when I realized that yeah, connection is all cool and it's all good, but the main thing is to bring it back to the physical and do something with it. So again, with this, it's again doing something to experience the body. It doesn't mean that we're gonna overindulge things, and well, obviously this is part of the journey, because if you believe that you've been here many times, but not in this time, so there is so much available for you now that maybe haven't been available for you before. Or if you think that maybe you are a spirit or a consciousness which never been in this earth before, this is a bit far-fetched maybe, then again you haven't experienced the physical. So it's almost natural that we kind of fall. And this is again, failure is just a word. It doesn't mean anything. This is all a learning experience, and I think we have to learn how to use our physical to create. We bring, through the connection, we bring down the info from the ether, which is actually there for everyone, and then we do something with it. That's the main point, to kind of enjoy it. And when I mean enjoying it, it means again different things to different people depending on their level of awareness. Some people overindulge, that's again a word. Some people are really strict with themselves, and they really look after their body. So it really is important, going back to the body again, to know what to eat, what to not to eat, because that's like pivotal point in your life, to know how to nourish your body. And it comes from how do you respect your body, and then later maybe you leave out some things and you start to eat or drink some different things. And then also you can work on your body through the connection, through the mind. And then this is how it all joins together. But it is important to look after our body, and but in the same time enjoy that we have a body, because there is a reason we have a body, and there is a reason we born in this body just now. So yeah, this was like a really interesting topic, and we were talking about, and but she said some other things, like her experience, but that's her story to tell, and it's not my story to tell. I don't have these experiences. The only thing I can say, that I have connection with my past father and one of my grandmas, and they linger around as consciousness, and I know that before they were missing some certain things in the physical, because it might have been really new for them. I don't know now. I have to ask, actually. I don't know now. But yeah, your consciousness is always there, but you just think you got this ticket to this earth to do something with your consciousness and create something in a physical form. And not every planet or consciousness works this way. Some of them pure thought. And we so desperately trying to reach out, while actually we should be just open ourselves, let the thing flow in, and then do something with it. So yeah, that would have been one thing I wanted to kind of share with you. The other one is actually like the contradictions in spirituality, because I was thinking a lot about this yin yang and stuff, like how many times you come across something and you don't understand it, and you don't understand it because of the wording, maybe because this word means something else for you, or maybe you don't have experience. That's the only reason, because you can understand it in a mental level, but till you haven't lived through it, truly probably you won't really that deeply understand it, that you don't have to search for it. So that's why it's good to listen to other people who try to tackle the same topic, sometimes in different ways, and then maybe you're gonna hear something or someone who makes sense to you, and that's it. But one of these things is like the let it go thing. It's like how to take something, how to care but still don't care. That's one of the great topics. If you have any questions or any sentence which really puzzles you, please feel free to send me a text here or leave a comment, and I try my best to share my experience and understanding with you. So I kind of understand this now. I can really say it's almost like not caring. Caring is a funny thing because it comes with a boundaries, and then there is again boundary and there is no boundary at all. So in our world there is like always a line between things, between you and others, between your energy and others. But this is only here in this world or this earth, and in other realms it has no meaning. So we are wasting much or most of the or much rather I would say much of our time to try to figure this out, which is actually insignificant in 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 other terms or in higher levels, your boundaries, because they some people teach you to have boundaries, and it's good to have your boundaries actually here. But if we look at outside this, it has no meaning. So there is no meaning in good or bad, right or wrong. All this is separation. This is separation. It just is, but there is no meaning behind it. It just is. This is what I come to learn. The other one was like with the affirmation. When you start to work with your mind, you're gonna come across affirmations sooner or later, and you're gonna come across the law of attractions also. And I'm really not gonna talk much about that, because if you came across it, you know about it, and if you haven't yet, you will, and then you'll see yourself. All I can say about that is that they say to well, basically be really mindful about what you are saying, how you are saying out things, how you think things. Write it down and say it to yourself like a mantra. Well, in the first place, I figured that it doesn't really work if you are not really mean it. You have to feel it. But again, this is a tricky one, because how can you feel it if you haven't experienced it? Because we pretty much learn from experience, if nothing else. In a mental level, you can understand a lot of things, but in a physical, it doesn't mean that you can do it. You can, maybe you know technically how to build a bicycle, but because you haven't done it, even if you know that first you have to do the gears, blah 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 blah, but if you were to try it, you couldn't do it in the first time because you haven't practiced it. It's all about practice, everything. And I went off a bit now. So with this, it's like, okay, you wrote it down, you say it, but how long do you have to say it? And then again, then they say to let it go and let it happen. When do you feel you had enough of this, of repeating and still waiting, because you are in this energy of waiting? Why is it not enough to just kind of say it once and let go of it? I think actually these things can really put you off your track a bit. But then again, if I find it when I'm working on my I wouldn't say imperfections, let's call it imperfections again. All of the words are a bit limited. I find it useful because it gives you awareness. Then I can word it, I can put it in a sentence, so I made sense in my head what it needs to be done. And it's some sort of like an anchor, so I'm anchoring this good energy or this wish into me, that this is my aim, or further, this is me now. So yeah, but in regards of wishes, where you want to see yourself, I think it can really move you off the road. It's just better to let it be. Just let it be. If you are coming from a true intention, it will work out, but maybe not in a way you want it to work out. And then again, it's like limiting yourself to say that I wanna have a nice house. Maybe then you're gonna only have one nice house, and otherwise you would have ended up with 5 nice houses or whatever. I hope you getting what I want to say to you. It is important to listen to this conversation with an open heart, with your heart, and not much with your mind, although I try to word it in such a ways that you can understand it in from coming from many levels. I hope so anyway, that's my aim. And also my aim is to be a reason someone smiles today. That is, I think that is like a really good sentence. I love this sentence. The other thing I wanted to talk about is why I'm not talking about the things which are now, happening now. There is a reason to it, because I do this in a personal level, but I don't really wanna talk about this here, and not because I'm afraid. It's more because this I want this to show, to kind of share information through now, like beyond now. What I mean, beyond. This is like a blip, and this blip has been coming for a long time, even before I was born, or probably you were born. Limitation was set there, fear was set there for us to feel controlled, to be controlled, and language, especially. It is a tricky one because it's also kind of set there to, if nothing else, separate. Sometimes I'm talking with people and we mean the same thing and we use different sentences, and because of that we end up clashing, and actually we mean the same thing. So words are really tricky things. That's why I'm so happy that I got to open up to light language, and maybe I will talk about this a bit later on, but not now, because the project we are doing with my friend, it's purely about this, and it's like it's really important for me now, because I'm working with language at the moment. I'm talking a language to you. I'm sharing information through language, not telepathically. I wish I could. Well, actually you can. And but the language, what is language? It's like a really limited thing in our experience, and I think it can go far beyond words and resonance. And to be honest, if I wanted to use proper language for my soul, I would need to make many mistakes grammarly in order to fulfill this wish. But if I don't wanna look like or talk like some sort of imbecile, I have to use proper grammar. And then this again sets you into something. That's why sometimes I'm thinking music is better than language. But then that again has its limitations. So, what else I wanted to talk you about today? Oh yeah, let's just go back a bit about the situation these days. Whew, it's a tricky one, because we tied into fear to obey, and we've been brought up to believe that there is no other way than to follow some sort of order. And here comes in again this yin and yang, and the separation of people and things, and maybe even the classes in our world. It's all separated, because if everybody would wake up all together, it might create so-called, I'm not saying anarchy, but probably it would be a really big shift of imbalance. So everybody does it in their own ways, and but the most important thing is the fear that there is, everybody is afraid of something. I'm afraid of probably physical pain, but not the pain you think. I'm really afraid of like torture and stuff like this. That's like I can't watch horror movies. I'm not watching anything like this. I feel it so much like I feel it like it happens with me. I can't go there. Like literally, I can't watch it like oh it's just a movie because it's not. Of course it's not. We know it's not. But that's again to make it like okay for you to kind of you kind of okay it down by you give your what's the word I'm looking for, you give your permission to these things to happen because you kind of buy into it and you watch it. But that's again like it we could go on and on, so let's just go back to the truck, I think. So sorry, I did write down many things, and that's why, so with my what I'm trying to share here and what I'm trying to do here, that's why I'm not really talking about the now, although it's very important and it comes with lots of traumas, but those traumas were there already, they were just boiling under the carpet, but now it's more into the open, and people are more sensitive to it because it's happening to them, and it's always comes down to the experience, your experience. Of course you're gonna learn from experience, and then it's up to you how you're gonna deal with your ego or your mind in regards of this experience. So it always starts with you, so you have to make yourself as balanced as you can, and then others gonna see this balance and maybe they take notice and they're gonna try to balance themselves out, and then that's gonna have a ripple effect. In other hand, till the world as a whole is not balanced, you never will be balanced while you are living in the world, around people, surrounding with people, with infrastructure and everything, because you are not separated, although you are, but you are not. So this is again a contradiction. So how to live in a world caring and sharing, yet not to take something too, again the word personally, everything is personal and nothing is personal. It's like this. And then we come to the conclusion that there is actually in our world is no ascension as such, but there is expansion of knowing about one topic or one thing more, because you experience many things in regards of that one topic or thing. And I think that is the point of being here, to experience, but do your best. Try to find something which makes you happy and makes your heart sing, and to share that passion with others. And I think it's really is important to kind of to, for example, so let's say because of this what's happening around us, you lost your job. How can you not take this personally? You know, you're not gonna be able to pay your mortgage, you're not gonna be able to pay rent, or if you don't have to do either of that, how you gonna put food on the table? Again, it is really hard not to take this personally, but you can look at it in many ways. One way is, I was not so good and that's why they let me go, or they were really shitty and that's why they let me go, because maybe I was the last one who came to the company and the first one who had to go, because this is how it works, isn't it? Or you could just look at it like, okay, it wasn't really my place there anymore, and as much as I wanted to hold on to this security of structure in my life, life made it sure that I won't have it, because it's time for me to do something which makes me happy. And I know it sounds so silly in a sense, but in a sense, or even naive, I'm not saying it's silly, but it might sound naive, because seriously, if you don't have anything to eat, okay, talk about spirituality. So that's why it always comes down back to the body and to the physical. You have to eat. You just have to eat. And because of the fear of the lack of something makes us do many, many strange things we wouldn't do otherwise. But is it like a real threat, or is it something which been put into our mind that is for us to figure out? And that is always good to know. Let's say they really they suck you. Okay, so you have no job. So what can you do? You have to, and what do you wanna do? What is the thing you wanna do apart from going to work and make money? This is where you have to start, and have to just really go for it, even if you are afraid, because I'm telling you, you will struggle either way. If they haven't sucked you, you would be struggling because you would probably get sick, if not first physically but mentally, and then physically. And pretty much as a soul, you're gonna be so churned out that you would be kind of, as a person, probably good for nothing. You know, you're kind of a living robot in a sense, because you think you have to do that. If they suck you, and that's why you are in depression, which is again a word, you are very sad and you feel useless, angry, upset, and you are afraid of what's going to happen. They kind of set you off your daily routine. What is going to happen? And if you are going to do something what you always wanted to do, it is gonna be hard, churning physically, mentally, yet it's gonna give something to your soul. So there is always struggle, but there are two different struggles in our life. That's also left and right, right and wrong. One is lifting you, teaching you, and one is keeping you in obedience, and in it's not a path, in your cage almost. So this is what you have to kind of look at, I think, at the moment. And long video. Thank you so much. This is where I'm going to start. This is where I'm going to stop now. Thank you very much for watching me. And usually I summarize, so yeah, I'm going to summarize. So again, we start with the physical body. So we are going to detoxing. I am detoxing. I am waiting on some tea, and then I'm gonna do a video about the type of tea. I am doing the diatomaceous earth at the moment, which is full of silica, which is really good for us. You can look it up either way, body, spirit, and you're gonna come to your own conclusions. And after that, I'm going to drink some nettle tea, because now we're going into autumn. And of course, I'm doing my exercises also. And then, after all that, the topic is going to be the mind, and how not to be just a theory. I am always going to give you a bit of a task to do, and then you're gonna feel a need to do it, and not just listen or not listen to this video and forget about it, but anchor it into you and do something with it. It's always about trying. Try. Creativity is really important. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that you watched this video, and I wish you a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.